Hello everyone, this is Siddhant Ray here. This is part 2 of the series of Basics of Java Programming. In part 1, we covered how to print output to the console using system.out.println. Today, in part 2, we are going to take things further by exploring variables, performing arithmetic operations, and interacting with the user by accepting input. We'll not only introduce these topics but explain every line of code to ensure you understand how everything works. Let's start with variables. In programming, a variable is a named storage location for data. Each variable has a specific data type, which determines the kind of data it can store. Here's how we can declare and initialize variables in Java. Now, let's break this down. Int is the data type, which stands for integer, which is a whole number. Number is the name of the variable, and 10 is the value we assign to it during initialization. This means the variable number can now store the whole number 10. In the following code, double allows us to store decimal numbers like 3.14159, which we've assigned to the variable pi. The string type, on the other hand, is used to store text, and we've initialized it with the value Alice. Finally, we have char, which stores a single character, and we've initialized it with the character A. Notice that string values are enclosed in double quotes, while char values use single quotes. It's important to note that you can't mix types. For example, you cannot assign a decimal number to an int variable or a whole number to a string variable. Each variable must strictly follow its declared type. If you try something like this, you'll encounter a compilation error because Java expects the variable error example to hold a number, not a text. Also remember to always initialize your variables. If you try to use a variable before giving it a value like this, Java will throw an error as it doesn't know what value to print for uninitialized variable. Always initialize your variables before using them. Now, let's move on to arithmetic operations. Java supports the basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We'll demonstrate these operations step by step. In this example, we declare two integer variables x and y with values 10 and 5 respectively. Then, we added them together using the plus operator and stored the result in a variable called result. Finally, we use system.out.println to print the result, which gives us 15. Let's continue with the other arithmetic operations. Here, we are subtracting y from x, multiplying x by y, and dividing x by y. The results of these operations are stored in the result variable, which we print after each operation. Notice how the division gives us the integer result of 2, as both x and y are integers. Java performs integer division when both numbers are integers. For example, since both a and b are integers, Java performs integer division, meaning the decimal part is discarded, leaving us with 3 instead of 3.5. To keep the decimal, we need to use double instead of an int. By using double, Java keeps the decimal part, giving us a more precise result. Lastly, always be cautious when dividing numbers. If you attempt to divide by 0 like this, you'll encounter an arithmetic exception, as dividing by 0 is undefined in mathematics and Java handles this as an error. Now that we've covered variables and arithmetic, let's make our program interactive by accepting input from the user. In Java, we use the scanner class to read user input. First, we need to import the scanner class from the java.util package. Then, we create a scanner object to read input from the keyboard. Next, we'll prompt the user to enter their age and name, and we'll store that information in the variables. Here, we use sc.nextInt to read an integer input from the user, which we store in the variable age. Then we print a message showing the user's age using concatenation to combine the string with the variable value. In this case, we use sc.next to read a single word, which is the user's name, and store it in the name variable. Then we greet the user by printing a message that includes their name. By the way, if you want to read an entire line of text, including spaces, you should use sc.nextLine instead of sc.next. We'll cover that more in the future videos. So that was it for part 2 of our Java series. We explored variables, arithmetic operations, and how to take input from the user. These are essential skills that will help you build more interactive programs. In the next part, we'll dive into control flow statements like if and else, which will allow us to add logic to our programs. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Java tutorials. See you soon everyone. Bye for now.